I've just hit record. Okay, amazing. So, Nippun, great to connect with you. And we were just talking around chakra ascension and different meditations that are available to people to connect with their spirit, their inner being, and to find the alignment and their power within. And I'd love for you to speak to, I guess, meditation strategies that you have and how you experience chakra ascension, in your community.
My journey started way back in 2005
Okay, so
when
what?
I was in my early 20s.
Yes.
So that is the time when I started this journey. So before being more spiritual, I was more religious. So, like most of the people, I'm not too sure whether you are aware or not. All of these teachings, all of this meditation, Kundalini Yoga, Tantra Yoga, everything started from Lord Shiva. So I'm a big
Mm,
devotee of Lord Shiva since my childhood. So I was very keen to, explore various things about Shiva and how it all started. So eventually, that is the time around 2008, 9, I met my guru. Before that, I was very religious, went to very religious places and learned a lot about all of this. So that was my first experience when I came to know about this part of the spirituality and
okay.
learning about the science of managing the energy centers, learning about the pranayama, learning about the koshas, bandhas, mudras, mantras,
Amazing.
and all
Oh, I
those
love all this
science.
stuff. I
So,
get so excited hearing about it and talking about it. Like you, I've been on a
so
spiritual
I was
journey for
like,
a while. Yeah.
yes. So I was more like others, you know, taking too much of material from the social media and relying on, YouTubes and all to start with my learning. But actually, when I learned the fact that what they are teaching over there and what I have learned is very different.
Mm,
I'm not saying, that they are right, I am wrong, I am right, they are wrong. Everyone has its own way. So my teacher taught me a very interesting thing that you should not get into what you are learning and from where are you learning and what you are from where are you getting the source. The purpose is to
yes.
reach your own
Yes.
destination with the knowledge.
Yes. And
And
it's
he told me
experiential.
a very he told me a very interesting phrase from the Shiva Sutras,
I love the
wherein
Shiva Sutras, by the
Lord,
way. I love the Shiva Sutras. They're like mind blowing. Nippon. Wow. Like, wow. I actually listened to them the other day and I was like, oh, it was almost like a divine synchronicity when you mentioned the Shiva Sutras. And I feel like the universe talks to
yes,
us through all the people. And as I go along this journey, it
indeed,
unravels, and everyone's got a piece of the puzzle. And it's just incredibly exciting, Nippon.
we all are sailing in the same boat. It's the only difference is you are on the other side, I am on the other side.
Yes, and you were
So
speaking to the Shiva
when I'm talking
Sutras.
about,
Yeah.
so wherein Lord Shiva, and there's a conversation between going on Shiva and the Shakti, and the Shakti says that, hey Lord, what is the biggest illusion? Shiva
Mm.
replied, knowledge is the biggest illusion.
Yes.
Now Shakti says, what are you talking?
Yes.
Knowledge cannot be illusion. So Shiva says the knowledge which you acquire from others without implementing on yourself and creating your own experience is a
Mm.
mere illusion.
Mm. And
So
it's only when
whatever
you
we are
quiet the
getting,
mind.
getting it from the social media, yes,
Yes.
whatever we are consuming from the social media is a mere illusion. The fact is that energies are same for all of us, but the experiences are different.
Yes. 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 And
So when we are talking about the chakras and all those signs, so it is not about chakras only. So you are not only once you are working on your chakras, it's not only the chakras. You are working on the five elements, you're working on the five senses, you're working on the five koshas, you are working on the prana energy, you are working on the other various aspects of it.
yeah, we've got
So
the three
in
bodies. We've
West,
got the
they only are
physical.
preferred, oh, I'm
Yeah.
talking about, yes. The Panch Koshas, the physical body, the breath body, the emotional body, the intellectual body, and the bliss body. So
Mm, mm,
basically, in the West, they prefer too much about chakras and, oh, I want to open my third eye, I want to do this. It's not a child's play, first of all. So basically, until unless you don't work on the base of the chakras, until unless you learn the art of pushing the energy from one chakra to the above chakras, you cannot get in sync with the flow of energy which is rising from from the base of the spine and going head towards your third eye. Now there's a
mm.
difference between third eye chakra and third eye. So
Yeah,
people
the
are
third
usually
eye
confused between third eye
and
chakra
the
and third.
crown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I got that. There
No,
is
no,
a
no. I'm
there
not
is
talking about the third eye and the crown. I'm talking about the third eye chakra and the third eye. So
hmm.
this is what you call the third eye chakra in the West,
Yes.
wherein this is actually the third eye chakra,
Ooh, okay.
your pineal gland. So between the third eye till the crown, there are other five chakras. So one of the major is the Brahma chakra, which is here, center of the head, which is called
Okay.
as the pineal.
Yeah, wow.
So there are a lot of steps involved. There are a lot of things involved in it. It's not something like that I am chanting lam 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 and my root chakra will. So you have to understand why we are chanting those seed mantras,
They're
because they are
frequencies.
not the mantras of the chakras.
Yeah.
They are the sound of the emanation of the
Yes,
chakras.
yes, 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 yes. Yeah, it's the frequency.
So
Uh,
we
Nippon,
are
Nippon, we've got to activate the light body. There's a light body and there's a rainbow light body. When you activate that and you speak the frequencies, that's that's where the alignment that's where you're playing with energies then.
see the point is that it doesn't matter that see eventually if you talk in terms of uh, when you are saying about the light bodies. So the catch here is that before into if you know most of the people don't know that Sage Patanjali, who's the father of yoga,
I know,
he
yes,
was
yes.
incarnated from Nag Yoni to a human body. So he was a devotee of Shiva.
Mm,
So most of the sutras from the Patanjali Yoga Sutras were taken from Shiva Sutras only.
mm,
So Sage Patanjali has set eight different aspects of the yoga. So he says before the pranayama comes the asanas, and before that you should come the posture. So I have seen people they are talking about meditation, but they don't know the right posture and what is the importance of sitting in the right posture. So they are not aware about the kriyas. They are unaware about the different type of yoga. What is the difference between the hatha yoga? So hatha yoga is a part of tantra.
mm, mm. Yeah,
Even
wow.
yoga and tantra are interlinked with each other. So in West again, people have a very wrong conception about tantra. They are involved in tantra with black magic and sexual activities, wherein tantra has nothing to do with all of these. Tantra is all about a
Energy.
different experience altogether. So
Mm,
when you are chanting mantra, you are basically seeking the blessing of your deity. But when you are practicing tantra, you are chanting the mantra and you are requesting your deity. You are ordering him. You are telling him that I want this in my life, and you have to help me to manifest this.
mm.
This is the difference between tantra and the mantra.
Yeah, no, I got it. And what I've experienced, Nippon, when I'm on a certain frequency and my mind is quiet, I I experience reality from my heart. However, there's a lot of synchronicities that come to play. For example, I walked past a house and it had a plaque on it and it said Krishna. And I do sometimes see images of the Buddha and Krishna and Jesus, and that's all coming, that's energy that comes into your reality. That's all energy as well. When you see images or words, are they
Definitely.
messages?
So, God doesn't have any particular name. It can be Shiva, it can be Krishna. They all are a part of same energy. But when we are talking about specifically about the yoga, about the Kundalini yoga or Tantra yoga, eventually it started from the evolution of Shiva when he
Mm,
trained the seven Saptarishis, and those Saptarishis implemented this knowledge to human race. So even when you talk about Krishna, so Krishna also, was a devotee of Shiva, wherein Shiva is a devotee of Krishna. Shiva is a devotee of Rama, wherein Rama is a devotee of of Shiva. So they are all interesting. They are not different. But people, when you saw the image of Shiva, they are only talking about the Shiva. But beyond Shiva, there is a Param Shiva.
That's the
So they are
absolute.
layers up to layers up to layers up to layers. Yes. So you
Mm,
cannot understand Shiva in one. People usually don't understand the meaning of Shivling and the the physical statue of Shiva. So these two are two different entities of Shiva. But again, they fall in the same race.
mm. And we actually, when we are aligned, there's three energies at play. There's the Shiva energy, the Shakti energy, and then there's a third energy that comes through the crown, Nippun.
There's actually no difference between any energy. So basically, when you're talking about Shiva and Shakti, they are present between you and me. All are masculine and the feminine is being controlled by Shiva and Shakti. Your left and right nostril, which is the Ida and the Pingala, is the symbol of the Shiva and the Shakti energy within you. So we are not, we are a part of him. So in our culture, Vedic culture, there are five main deities who has given the utmost importance. It is Lord Sun, Lord Ganesha, Shiva, Ma Durga, and Lord Vishnu. So
Hmm.
if you combine, if you see the purpose of all these five deities, it's almost the same.
Okay. Okay, I got that.
So
Thank you.
when we are talking about the purpose of realigning our energy centers or chakras or
Oh,
whatever you can call. So what is the actual purpose of it? Why are we working on it?
because we're
Which deity
connected
is
to all
synced
of
with
it.
which chakra and what is the purpose? Yes. So everything in your life is so when people usually ask me how do I fix my root chakra? Very simple. You have to surrender to Lord Ganesha. He is the deity of root chakra. That is the
Ah,
reason he is
okay.
also called as the obstacle remover and he is also called as the obstacle builder.
That makes
So in
sense.
Tantra,
Yeah.
Ganesha is worshipped in a very different form. Whereas in general, he's been worshipped as the Lord of obstacle removers. There's a lot of difference, but eventually they are all the roads are taking you to the same path.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are all just walking each other home as human beings as well. I
Indeed.
we're all just walking
So,
each other
when
home.
people talk to me, I am Christian, I am this, I am that. How does that matter? Energy doesn't know who you are. When you were born on this earth, you were born on this earth as a human. When you will die as a human. It doesn't matter whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or Buddhist, or whatever it is. Energy doesn't know all these things. So we
Yeah.
have fabricated, we have divided everything at our own convenience. So people
Yes.
talking about the aspects of they are not aware about the principles of the Shiva Sutras. They are unaware about the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So when you are not even synced with the basics,
It's
no matter
ineffective.
whatever you
Yeah.
take it from others, it is not effective.
Yeah. It doesn't get, yeah, I hear what you're
For you,
saying.
meditation can be listening to music. For me, meditation would be sitting in a moment of silence,
Mm.
or sitting with nature, or gardening, or cooking food, or singing. They're all a form of meditation.
Yeah, it's how
So
it's the experience of the
if you
present
see the
moment.
aspect of Shiva, he's involved with everything. He's involved in dancing in a form of Natraj. He is the one who is so the meaning of Shiva itself is the five elements. Nama Shivaya, earth, water, fire, air, and space. So that's
Mm.
the meaning of Nama Shivaya.
Okay.
So people think Om Namah Shivaya is one mantra, but it's not. Om Namah Shivaya is basically two mantra.
It's amazing.
Om is the sound of Shivling.
Mm.
Om is the sound of universe.
Yeah,
Namah Shivaya is a
yeah, yeah,
representation of
yeah.
the physical form of Shiva.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I got that. I got that. Thank you for sharing that, Nippon. That's incredible. You have so much wisdom. You have so much wisdom. And it's really great to get
I
the
have spent a
depth
lot
of
of
it.
energy in this.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
knowledge and we have,
it's
charts and all the rest of it. However, the way that you've just put it all together, it's just synchronized so beautifully and it just creates the whole experience so incredibly. Can I ask you, when energy comes through the palms of your hands and the soles of your
mm-hmm,
feet and from the top of your
mm-hmm,
head, what do you
mm-hmm.
call that?
That's the flow of your prana energy. This is what you call as the pranic energy.
Okay. And so is there a process to get to that state?
So that comes with, there are various ways to, but the easiest and the strongest way is your food and your breathing patterns, the pranayama, basically.
The
So that
pranayama.
are the
Yes.
two most strongest way to engage with your pranic energy and allow it to flow it freely from the lower to the upper chakras.
Okay. And
So food plays a very important role
yeah.
along with the
Vegan,
pranayama.
vegetarian? Are you vegan or vegetarian? Do you eat meat,
There's
fish?
no such, like I don't personally, if you talk, if go by books, it has to be vegetarian only. But you cannot compare today's generation with the old generation.
Mm,
So yes, even if you are eating fish, it's okay. But what I probably tell people that they should avoid eating mammals because mammals have the same energy and the same formation like as a human. So
mm.
basically, these mammals, these animals and
Low
birds are built
frequencies.
to maintain the ecology of nature, not to meant to for your purpose, for your enjoyment that you're killing them and eating them.
Yeah, there's
So,
not
but
really much
it
beauty in
depends
that.
upon individual.
Mm,
Yes, it depends on the individual. So when we are talking about the food, food has its own pranic energy. So when you are eating a raw food, a vegetable or a fruit, it has its own prana energy. So when you consume that, it adds into your pranic energy. But when you are
yeah,
eating a dead
yeah.
food, a pale food, which is already been dead, composed, decomposed, when you are eating it, it will
Oh,
also create that energies within you and it will reduce the
lower
pranic
your
energy within
frequency.
you,
Yeah, okay. I
lowering
get
your
it.
frequency.
Yeah, and so to feel the pranic energy running through you when you keep the body clean and you have high pranic foods, fruits and fresh and raw, etc.
So people usually give more importance to their clothes, but it's more important your body is just like in temple. If you don't keep it clean, the God within you will never be happy. So why are you doing all this stuff? Why are you doing meditation, breath work, and all mudras, mantras, bandhas, koshas? Why are you doing learning all those things? Because you want to connect with the God which is within you,
The
that's lying in
spirit.
your heart chakra. So
Mm,
that is the reason when you in India you greet someone, you put your hand in the front of center and fold your hands and then go down because the God within me honoring the God within you.
yes. Yeah, so automatically
It's
there's
not
that
about humans.
acknowledgement.
It's
Yeah.
about the connection.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
So
beautiful. It's that love
if
and
you are not clean inside, you will never be clean outside.
well,
I
you're
can put a lot of makeup on my face and look beautiful, but my thoughts, my intentions, my karma will put me into a state whether I am good or not.
mm, yeah, beautiful. And also the ability to experience life joyfully and to experience love and to
Yes.
create with intention the reality that you desire.
So it totally depends on what exactly I want and what I am des So people usually get confused between karmas and the fate. Fate cannot be changed. Karmas can.
Mm,
And a good karma can change your fate. It can it can reduce or increase the effect of that thing that is going to happen in your life. So karmas play a very important role, wherein this is a problem with the world that everyone wants to be holistic,
enlightened.
spiritual, and all those
They
things,
want to
but
be
we
enlightened.
have lost we have lost the human touch.
Mm,
We don't want to help someone if they are not ready to pay us a huge amount of money.
mm.
We
Yeah.
are not we are not ready to help them to reduce their pain. We are only playing with their fears.
Well, yes, and when you look at it from an energetic point of view, everything is energy. Every good thought. If you're sending somebody love, if you're giving something to someone in the physical form, or if you're giving someone a hug, or if you're saying something that's giving the person relief from a traumatic experience, that's all energy that you're energetically you're putting out there. That energy then comes back to you.
Everything that whatever you are doing, it's very easy for you to fool anyone, any human, but you cannot fool the God. That is why He has created the karma, that you will going to end up going to pay whatever you have done for others. Why you were
Mm,
born as a human? Because you have a role assigned to yourself, which is being given to you from the day one, that is serving humanity.
it
But
is
we
serving
so
humanity.
nowadays humanity means it's humanity is only based upon the pockets. So if you are rich, everyone is good with you. If you are not rich, people won't even consider you.
Yeah, that's really and that's the disconnect that people have from their spirit and from their heart, and that's where the harmony of the world is not in balance. And it's only when we align, when all souls join together as one, will we then restore that peace, love, harmony, and balance to the world. This is why we have all these incidences around the world with nature doing what it does. All of that it's not a coincidence, is it, Nippon? Is
So
it? I mean, it's not even a
you will
coincidence that
be,
me and you are
yes,
talking right now. Like, me and you energetically somehow ended up on this call together. We both chose to be here in this moment. So energetically, there's some sort of a we must be on the same vibration energetically to be able to meet in this space at this in this
I was,
moment.
the now like I have worked with clients all over the globe. And most of the time people come to me, I'm a chakra healer and all those stuff. And I always ask them one question: what are the elements sync and what are the senses sync with your chakras? And they go blank. Huh? What is this? What are you talking? So you are not aware about the basics. You are just learning and consuming it from YouTube. You haven't experienced anything on yourself. You haven't
Mm.
done anything for yourself, because all those things require discipline.
Yeah,
So
they
why we are
do.
emphasizing on the Brahma Murata only? Why we are specific on the specific mantras that yield you those effects in your life? Because those mantras are those magnetic form that can connect you with your deity and can
Mm.
do wonders for you. It acts as a shield that protects your aura.
Yeah, wow. And
So we don't go by the Western ways. We still believe in those old school thoughts of chanting the mantra and cleaning your aura, taking a shower, chanting the mantra, eating your food, bless the God that has given food to us, bless the farmer, bless that labor who bought that food to the store, bless that storekeeper who has given it to you, bless your mother who has cooked it for you, and then you start
wow.
eating the food.
Wow, that's connected.
You start your day with
Yeah.
connecting chanting the mantra on your water, so that water will bless you. So
Yeah.
everything is synced in such a way that are it's not that we are doing anything blindly. The science of Sanatan Dharma is so vast, it will take ages for you to understand.
Mm. And sometimes, Nippon, do you think that the universe needs us to understand? What I've often found is that whatever I'm seeking, when I ask the universe from the space of no thought and it comes from my heart, I often get an answer. So the answer might come from a book, the answer might come from a person. Something will appear in my reality that will give me the answer to the question. And so, what I mean to say is, do you think it's all just knowledge, or is a lot of it just experience? And there's people out there that experience it and they can't even create it in language or in word.
Basically, it's all about your connection. It's all about your intention. How strongly you are connected with yourself, how connected you are, how strong in you are in your ethics. What is the purpose of you to attract that particular energy or person in your life? Why do you, what is the purpose behind it? Why I'm doing all this thing? Why are you doing all this thing? Why not others? Because we think that we are doing it, but we forgot that we are the chosen one. A
Yeah.
hero cannot choose his destiny. Destiny chooses him. So
Yes.
similarly, in
Yes.
Shaivism it is said that you don't choose Lord Shiva. You don't choose Lord Shiva. He chooses you.
Yeah, wow. Wow. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I so love that. That is so beautiful. It is beyond knowledge, the experience of that connection and the connection to everyone, and then the amount of love that you feel not only for yourself but for other people, Nippon, and
And this will only appear if you have that feeling of self-love and compassion within you. If that
okay.
is lacking within you, you cannot give it to others easily. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will come and love you. So when we are talking about those that love with opposite, that is basically a form of lust. To love
Yes,
yourself, you don't need
yes,
anyone.
yes,
You
yes,
need you
yes,
and your God.
yes. Our meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes, Nippon. So I want to say that when you are connected to God and you are aligned with the love and the spirit that runs through everything, everything this energy runs through,
Mhm.
um, you are right. Then you're there to pour into another one. You're not there to take anything. You don't need to be completed by people's validations, by the outside world, by anything externally. You are whole and complete as you are when you are the deeper.
Indeed.
But I actually wonder, Nipun, have we reached the depths of connection to spirit? I mean, how can we measure this, and what are the depths? Like, we know about Patanjali and Lord Shiva, and you go back to Jesus, and how do we measure it? Oh, it's the different
The
stages
point
of
is, why do
samadhi.
so samadhi is a very deep state. Like it's different for everyone. I'm pretty sure. So if you say that I want to go to in the deep stages of samadhi, it will give you different experiences. When we are talking about the like when the West talk about NLP or Akashic recordings and all those things, our sages has already done all those things. They are done and dusted, but they never showed to the world that they have reached out to the level that they can interact with someone at a soul level and can understand their journey and their pain, and they can pass on their messages to their loved ones. So what they were doing, they are doing the time travel. So as I said, that there are various stages involved in it. Every new learning, every new day will give you a new learning, will allow you to explore something new in your life, and you can learn from it, create your own experience, and pass it on to others. But again, you have to choose the right people, whether this person is really ready for it. So if someone says, I do yoga, cut the crap. You don't do yoga. Yoga comes to you. It's a natural flow.
Yeah,
Like you say, I love you. How do you love me? You barely know me. How can you love me? You are just trying to hide your pain by using this statement, I love you. That I love you is stating I. That's my consciousness. I love
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah. And consciousness has no identity in its purest
No
state.
identity.
It's clean. And what I'm finding, Nipun, as people are more and more connected to their spirit, and when they speak, I can hear the cleanliness, their self expression is spirit. And when it's tainted or it's unclean, you can also hear it when it's not coming from the space of spirit. It's coming from the space of the illusion or the,
So ultimately, who we are also spirits. So this body that we are holding, it's a kind of costume that God has given to us.
yes,
Once the role is
yes,
over, costume is changed and it's moving into a different body.
yes, yes. So we're here to,
But we always have those soul connections. That soul connection is something that, it's not been that one day you decided to be a disciple of Shiva and next day you are aligned with him. No, it's a soul connection. You always have a soul connection with your own deity. It can be in any form. It can be Shiva, it can be Krishna, it can be Jesus. You can call it. So ultimately, what is the purpose of, if people are only focusing on the religion, but they are not focusing on the teachings of the religion, what they are teaching you to serve humanity,
yeah,
but we
and
are not doing that.
Nippon, see what when I hear people's religions like Muslim, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, whatever you want to call it,
Let me correct you. Let me correct you. There is no such religion like Hinduism. It was Sanatan Dharma. It was fabricated into Hinduism. It's not Hinduism was never a religion. Similarly, Christianity and Buddhism was never a religion. They were ideologies.
yes, 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 yes,
These ideologies were
yes.
turned into religion.
Yeah, and it comes from the space of duality. So the contamination
Indeed.
of the truth is actually the filters that people have. So it's the traumas or whatever it is, that the karma, the trauma that's there. So people are viewing, they're distorting the truth. So there's the truth. And then when you see the truth through so many different layers, it becomes distorted. However, when you peel back the layers, everything is so clear and clean. And as you keep going deeper
So,
and deeper, it gets cleaner and cleaner, and the universe keeps
indeed,
unraveling more and more truths. Like, I'm actually, when you said Shiva Sutras, I went and I was like, Shiva Sutras. And then when I heard the Shiva Sutras, I knew for me specifically in that moment, that's the wisdom that I was ready to receive. And so, what I mean to say is that when you're present and
the
you're
beauty of
listening, yeah, when you're
your
present.
screen got freezed.
Oh, it froze. Okay, I think we're gonna. If it does, it's probably gonna complete soon. But I just want to say, I would love to, um, if there's another topic there that we could talk about and just be a little bit more structured, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, I'd love to do a recording and share it. I feel like we don't have the same wisdom and knowledge that you all have and the experience. And so when we connect that, that's our power, talking about it and giving people access.
I am happy to hold your hands and take you to that journey if you are open to receive and learn about this ancient science in a very original way. So when I'm talking about the original way, I'm talking about those magnetic pranayamas and its effect and the meaning behind it.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
talking about the science of mudras, bandhas, koshas. I'm talking about learning how to heal your inner child, connecting with your inner child, not in
Mm,
terms of just outer connection. It's more about making that inner connection. So,
beautiful, beautiful.
a
And
very beautiful phrase being mentioned in the Shiva Sutras that if you are a seeker of truth, you don't need me
yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
the ultimate truth.
wow. Yeah. Hey, and Nipple, can I tell you something else? If I pick up a book, okay, like for example, this is like you can't see it, the second coming of Christ. It's by Ascended Master Parahansa Yogananda, okay, disciple of Babaji. Now, li- um, Mahavira Babaji. Now,
Mahavatar Babaji.
yeah, and so how do you say it?
Mahavatar
Mahavata,
Babaji.
Mahavata Babaji.
Mahavatar.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so what I'm saying to you is when I read a book, like I've read books by Deepak Chopra, I've read the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, but I'll go back to it now, 10 years later. And when I
I'll,
read it now, I see it's so deep. The wisdom is deep. It's like I'm eating it
so
up.
when you talk about the concept of life coaching, so Lord
Yes.
Krishna was the first life coach who taught the art of living in the form of Bhagavad Gita. And he's talking about a real life incident. It's not something which he's been cooking. He's talking about the science of food. He's talking about the science of pranayama. He's talking about the art of war. art of making love. He's talking about the discipline. He's talking about how do you treat your elders and your younger ones, and what is karma, what is sanchit karma, what is param karma, parabandh karma. So he's talking about all those realistic and practical stuff that he has given to the world in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Now, the beauty of these texts is that you cannot understand in one go. You have to read them multiple times.
Yeah, and you get
So I always prefer to go by the original means, not by different authors, because authors are putting their own interceptions while writing a book.
mm,
But what the actual text says is different in what they are saying. It's not about being right or wrong, it's about perceiving the knowledge from whichever source you are. So when you're talking about the Paramanand Yogans or the Mahavatar Babaji, who are they? They were those divine souls who are connecting with the God, and they are imparting that knowledge in a more purified way
yeah, they're
without
channeling it
filtering it.
cleanly. Yeah, and so the self-expression is
Yes,
clean because the connection and the alignment with source, spirit, name it whatever you want to name it, is so clean. So when it comes out, it's almost like they're a channel. The body is a conduit, a channel for that.
even when you are talking about, see, when you are perceiving. So, for example, if I give you a mantra, a Shiva mantra to chant, you will see the moment you cross the cycle of 21 days, you will start getting new experience every day with that mantra.
Mm. Yeah, because
Why?
the
Because you haven't set any expectation. You are chanting it for your inner growth. So that will ultimately take you to the lead you towards the path where you achieve